All right, how's everybody doing this afternoon? This is once again the Osmo.com NHL DFS Strategy Show, and just three games to chat about for today. But I think it's a good one nonetheless. So, um, maybe you're extra time. You don't have to study as many games. Maybe you've been on Twitter, but I think this is actually a good one. Uh, Nice. Cool message here. Thanks for the great content. Well, you guys make it very easy on me, and it's always so helpful. Took down third in the $4.20 max, third in the $10. Took down the $2.95. Oh, that was you. Okay. You took down the $2.95. Wow. Okay, so you're Jay Thomas. Uh, wow. That's really impressive. I promised also one of our subs I would shout him out. So let's see if I think it was in the 4-4. No, it was in the 33. What did he get? I think he got first, or maybe second. I'm playing FanDuel tonight. I deposited. What's his username? Oh, now he's gonna make me go and scroll up. This is a perfect start to the show. Man, a lot of messages today for a three gamer in our Slack. All right, where was he? He had point. Is he the first place? Point, Strom, Kucherov, Kasha, Kovalchuk. Yeah, this is him. Nice. Okay, so this is Turk. Yeah, Big Turk. I don't recognize the username. Maybe one of his many accounts. No, I mean, who knows? Who knows who's multi-accounting these days? But pretty cool takedown. Nice lineup. We usually do lineup study after I pimp all of our stuff that's free today and all that. But I thought maybe we'd start off with one of our subs who's always in Slack and always helping out. Took it down with, looks like, Tampa Bay three-man, Point, Kucherov, Hedman, Strome, Panarin. So there's your three-man, I guess, with Adam Fox. Fox was playing some of the top power play. They were kind of splitting time between him and D'Angelo. So maybe something to keep an eye out for next time they play. But yeah, really cool. Took it down in the 33 by a pretty convincing, almost 8 points. Really nice. Nice job, Turk. Taking down some big names, especially this guy right here. He's a tough one to best, and you did it last night. So we usually don't look at FanDuel unless someone tells me someone won something big. But there you go. There's FanDuel talk for today. Maybe we can talk some FanDuel. I plan on playing some over there. Other stuff. How many lineups do I have running for tonight? Same or not same? So they're running this $15 on DK. Actually, let's go to this really quick. And then this will actually be a perfect segue to talk about Yahoo, because I'll be playing there as well. Like, I'll probably be playing on three sites because just kind of frustrating what DK is doing here. So here you go. So I've got 94 in this, but so I guess do as I say, not as I do. But yeah, kind of a bad tournament. I guess there's less entries, and if you can afford 94 entries, whatever. But I don't like the $15 price point. I wish it was a $10, 150 max. Whatever. I'm doing 94 entries. This payout structure is pretty, par for the course as far as what we see. Anyways, so I guess I can't complain too much. I play this kind of tournament every night, but yeah, some people are gonna max it. I'm maxing it, I guess, and we'll see how it goes. I wish if they were gonna do a $15 and they were gonna change the 10 or the 8. They haven't done the 8 too much, but if they were gonna do up the entry fee, I wish they would do it on a bigger slate so that they could up the first couple top prizes. So make it 15K to first or 20K to first. I'm fine with the top heavy, but at least make either the entry fee the same or something. I don't know. I don't know what I want. But yeah, that's what we got over on DK tonight. A little frustrating, but as I said, I'm playing anyways. And you should be playing over on Yahoo. I played some last night and didn't go great for me. I think I got back. I think I cashed 1 out of my 3 entries. So not, not bad. What was otherwise, I felt like I wasn't on the right stuff anyways. Like Tampa 1 was okay, but actually Kucherov was the one that held you back from actually binking. So we'll look at DraftKings. We'll look at Josh. His name's Joshua on here. I don't know. Probably shouldn't assume he goes by Josh. But anyways, we'll look at his lineups that did really well in a handful of tournaments. Took down to 295. That's really impressive. Yahoo Daily Fantasy Sports. Great place to play a number of different sports. So golf locks tomorrow at 12:10 Eastern. You're going to want to check that out if you are into DFS golf. We've got the winning element, I think, is going to be free. I'm not sure if that's published yet by Jason Rosslin, but that is going to be free for PGA season kicking back up. And so you're going to want to use the tools and the content and watch the strategy shows because we've got a couple of the best in the business doing it for us. And Slack's really helpful in PGA. Really good Slack, kind of like what we have for NHL with a good group of people. But anyways, use the tools to your advantage and play over on Yahoo. Nice prizes, 2K to first, 1K to second. Not a huge tournament, but better payout structure than what you're going to see in other sports on other sites. Once again, they've got their normal NHL tournaments, and then NBA, same kind of thing. Always bringing the heat with 10K up top. I think yesterday they had 15K or 7.5K. They're always crushing it for NBA. So if you play NBA and you don't place like mega large stakes, why aren't you playing on Yahoo? And when you sign up, promo code AWESEMO is how you get up to $30 of Yahoo Sports rewards points, which is essentially cash when you're playing DFS on Yahoo. Other things that we have to talk about, NBA rankings. Those are free today. So here's the link for those. If you're going to watch Alex's show now, or you're looking for Alex's show, Awesemo's live stream, check that out. That is not free today, but if you're a premium member, you know where to go for that. Rankings are free. And then the lineup builder is also free for NHL today. Pretty cool stuff. If you like hand building, getting some feedback as you're plugging guys into your lineup. If you just want to Josh stack the Leafs, which I don't think is a bad idea, there you go. You'll get a GPA once you fill out a lineup. You can export. You got the rankings right there. So we'll leave this up, and feel free to check that out. Rags call? Yeah, they could have been a little bit better. Well, I guess I was on the wrong line, which kind of stinks. I was, I felt a little dumb because Rangers have pretty good top 6. And it's a balanced top 6 and I like the spot for the team or whatever, then I usually like to play some of both. But I think I had like 18% of line 1 and like 3 or 4% of line 2. So that's an oversight, especially when line 2 is like Strome's played well. He's probably playing over his head, but Panarin, a guy who's just, a multi-point game waiting to happen type of player. So a little bit of an oversight by me, I think, not having enough Rangers 2. And our boy Jesper Fast got it done too. So the full line stack was really nice. What else do we have? NBA giveaway. Bunch of retweets already on this. Maybe take a scroll through and see who's being guessed. Follow the directions here, and you can win a free Awesemo Plus NBA pass, which is a very nice value, especially when it takes only a couple seconds of your time. Otherwise, is completely free. Gonna catch up on chat here. Winnipeg gonna smash tonight? I don't know. I've probably. Winnipeg though, I guess I was thinking more Toronto. I think that game has a chance to just have a ton of goals, but I think everyone thinks that anyways. We've got Winnipeg's ownership a little bit lower than what I would have expected, and the Dallas one a little bit higher. Jake coming to steal my money on FanDuel, doubtful. I've been not playing well on FanDuel. I guess I don't play it regularly, or maybe I just stink at FanDuel. So I'm donating tonight. So Booms on Peg. Winnipeg, that is, in Boom's terms. Anaheim goalies are always TBD. Yeah, Stryker was pretty upset with me last night because I didn't at the channel. I thought I did. Flyers won. Yeah, Flyers won. They're going to be up there for a lot of people. They're up there on our ownership projections as well, which are premium tools. If you want to get access to those, promo code Hit the Ice, how you get 50% off. Not up to, you get 50% off your first week of any weekly package. It doesn't have to be NHL specific. You can use it on Platinum or NBA if you're an NBA fan somehow watching this show. But let's take a look at Jay Thomas, guy who's in our YouTube chat right now. Took it down. Point, Kucherov, Stamkos. Just your classic Tampa 1 stack. Dubois, Nyquist. I wonder... So I guess you could tell me because you're in here. I wonder if... did you late swap to Cahoon and take out Nyquist? Or was this your lineup right away? Because I think those two games started... They were both 10 Eastern games, I'm pretty sure. The Anaheim game. So did you have Atkinson in? I guess is the question I would ask. Either way, I mean, good lineup regardless. Connor Murphy, a guy who, like, he's just playing a lot of minutes doing peripheral stuff. So 4,400, I thought, like, he still kind of deserved that price, and he performed well. Werenski, multi-goal game. Did you stay up to sweat this as well? Because I think he scored late, right? He scored the last 2 goals of the game. And then Merzlikins at low ownership, 24.4%. Really good lineup all around. Bunch of guys with low ownership, actually. Outside of Tampa 1, you were really contrarian. So, yeah, like you always do. If there's going to be chalk on a big slate, figure out a way to differentiate yourself, whether it's like what you did and you did a 3-2-1 while still playing good plays. Cahoon top line, 2,800, playing with Rust and Malkin, who had just been rolling. That was good. Saw the last goal, but didn't know where I was at. Ooh, so you don't check. I don't know. If I know I'm close, I'm constantly checking. Like, I want to know what I'm rooting for by the second. So, yeah, man, nice job. Taking it down 25K with a single bullet, too. You did well as well in the Twine 28 lineups. You said you did well in the $4 as well. Let's look at the winning lineup in the 10, and then we will get on to the games. Tampa 1, Rangers 2. That's really low ownership on Rangers 2. Man, and we had them projected lower. I should have had more Rangers 2. Kind of kicking myself for that one. My boy Theodore Severson, Hubie Hammer. I don't know that I recognize this user, but it looks like he had a ton of entries in here. 3-3 with uncorrelated goalie, uncorrelated defenseman. I wonder, you could probably have made... Could you have made Hedman work here? I don't think so, actually. Near mint salary, goalie. Severson was cheap. Theodore, so maybe just the next best projected guys that were on power plays, I think. So, a little bit different than what I do at bigger slates. I like to get some more correlation. But this was the winning lineup. Got a unique combination. Merzlikins was the key at 2%. Yeah, promo code New Year, $200 off your Osmo Plus yearly package. And we've also got promo code 2020, which is how you get 20 days of Osmo Plus Platinum for just $20. So that's how the 2020 works. See how that works? I'm on a ferry about to lose reception. I don't know if that's serious or what, but yeah, dude, Pacioretty hit the shot bonus in the first period, I think. That guy's shooting the lights out lately. He's not scoring a ton of goals. I know he scored one last night, but boy, is he attempting a lot of shots. All right, so let's move it on to today. They're ready to explode with Stastny back. Yeah, they were really good with Stevenson too. Maybe it is something about Stastny. Maybe Stastny will put him in even better spots though. Yeah. I'm on a ferry. Oh, all right. All right, let's get to the games. If you guys got any questions, feel free to drop them in chat, or you want me to talk about anything. It's a short slate, so this is probably the time to do it. Jets, Maple Leafs, 2.9 implied total for the Jets, 3.7 for the Leafs. Connor Hellebuck and Freddie Anderson, those are your goalies. And this is the premier game of the night. Because we're going to get some Leafs chalk on both sites, and I would assume on Yahoo as well. They look incredibly good, no matter how you look at it. So as far as matchups go, I think we're going to see Tavares, Kerfoot, Nylander, pretty hard match against Scheifele, Connor, Laine. And you guys have heard me reference the numbers for Winnipeg 1. They're not good. Defensively, they're pretty good offensively. Actually, not as good as you would think. But whoever goes up against them, that's probably who you want. But then, like, are you 5-on-5 stacking this year? I like to correlate my goalie. We can talk about goalie, I guess. I can just tell you guys who I'm playing the most of. There's not a real productive way to talk about goalies, I don't think, when my strategy is oftentimes just to correlate. I know it's tougher on a shorter slate, but basically you just want to take volume, guys that are going to see a lot of volume with the new bonus, guys that have a chance to get the 35 saves, usually have not only good floor, but also the highest ceiling if things do go well for them. So Tavares, Kerfoot, and Nylander, they have the best 5-on-5 matchup for the Leafs. But do you really want to play Kerfoot? He's getting owned too. It looks like we anticipate a lot of people to 3-3 stack, and that's probably fine if Kerfoot was going to be a little bit cheaper. My exposures, if the slate started right now, look pretty close to where the field's at on a lot of these Leafs. So I like Tavares the best. If I had to pick one player on the Leafs, Tavares would be my guy at 7,200. Based on his ownership, it's less than Matthews. He's cheaper, and I think he's got the better even strike matchup. But that being said, I'm going to play a bunch of lineups where I have, Tavares, Nylander, Matthews, Tavares, Nylander, Marner, Matthews, Marner, Tavares. Like, there's so many different ways you can stack up the Leafs and just get different elsewhere. I think they're the best spot. I think they're the best spot. The one thing that's concerning is just that Winnipeg doesn't take a lot of penalties. In fact, they've taken the least. They have the least time shorthanded at just over 2 times shorthanded per game. So their penalty kill when they take a bunch of penalties stinks. I think they might be worse than the league. Let me sort this just in terms of succession rate. Yeah, 72.2% for the season. So I guess that's a good combo. If your penalty kill sucks, don't take penalties, and that's what they've done. But this is a 1-game sample. What if they take 3 penalties or 4 penalties, or I think like if they take 3 or 4 here, this seems like just such a good spot for the Leafs. The implied total is huge, 3.7 goals, highest on the night. I think they're gonna get on the power play a couple times. And hopefully they make one of those count and they make your power play stacks work, or both lines could get there at 5-on-5, because it's not like it's a terrible matchup for Matthews, Marner, and Hyman. I don't love Winnipeg's numbers, but the ownership we show for them is pretty intriguing. I figured they would just be popular because it's a 6.5 total game, with juice to the over actually, but we're actually not showing them being that popular. And so if that's the case, I'll take a chance on a line that I think is going to have concentrated scoring more often than not, with Scheifele, Connor, and Laine fully correlated. And you've got a defenseman to stack with them if you want. Pionk, you don't have to if you don't want, because they're all in the same power play. They're all in the top power play, so it's not a big deal if you just go with a 3-man stack. You could just fit in Wheeler if you want. There's ways to get different with the Jets too. So I'm just a little bit surprised at the low ownership for the Jets. I wonder if that comes up by time we get to lock, because we still got, 2.5 hours. We'll probably get another update here in about an hour and a half, and I will reassess then. But I don't anticipate them coming up enough for me to get off the Jets entirely. I thought there was a pretty decent chance that maybe they would be the second highest owned team behind, or I guess the second highest owned top line behind the Leafs, but that looks to be not the case, and so that makes them pretty interesting. I'm actually over on the field. I just assumed going through it I would be under, but they're one of my top exposed lines if these ownerships hold up. So pretty weird. I thought I had a good grasp on the slate and on ownership until I saw our ownership projections, and now I feel a little bit more uneasy about this slate, to be honest. Line A 13 shots last game. Yeah, he'll mix in a couple of those per season where he's just putting everything on net and shooting every time. Maybe this is another one of those games. Haven't really talked about Matthews and Marner. I guess I don't really need to. The question is, do you leave on Zach Hyman? He's getting owned, but it's not like he's the biggest plug in the world. He's 5,400. Do whatever you want with the Leafs, I guess. They're the chalk. You're going to have to get different with the rest of your lineup, very likely, unless you swap out. Like if you have a lineup, let's say you put in Matthews, Marner, Tavares, Tyson Barrie, maybe instead of Tyson Barrie, I know Riley's going to be popular, but instead of Barrie, you put in Riley, because this combo is going to be less popular than the Riley combo. Even though they both have high ownership, people are going to put in the power play quarterback. That's $200 more. And they're both playing together at 5-on-5. If it's a big 5-on-5 game for Toronto, which I think it could be, maybe Riley's the one who gets the 2 assists, and Tyson Barrie, maybe he only gets 1 or 0. That's a way to get a little bit different. Look for Engvall to move into the top 6. Is that right? All right. Well, I'll look for it. Maybe he goes instead of Kerfoot. Might be a chance to get different. Morrissey and Pionk and collect my 30 DK points. You think so? You think they're a lock for 30? Morrissey's price is good, 4K. Why Tyson Barrie over Riley? Yeah, just the power play one. But if you don't think the Leafs are going to get a lot of power plays, which, like we said, Winnipeg hasn't taken a lot of penalties this season, in fact, least in the league, well, then maybe you just take Riley for the sake of being different, and they're going to play together at 5-on-5, and yeah, there's a case to be made for both of them for sure. And they're going to skate a lot with the top 6 too. So they're going to be in good situations all night long if this game goes how you think it should go. Other lines here, I'm crunching out a bunch of lineups, so I'm probably going to get to a couple Toronto 3 and Winnipeg 3 shares, but they're no priority plays or anything like that. I think I like another third line if I'm going to. I actually like a couple different third lines if you're digging that deep and maybe 3-3 stacking. Let's go to the next game. Let's go to the next one. Caps Flyers, 3.4 implied total for the Caps, 3.1 for the Flyers. Braden Holtby and Carter Hart, those are your goalies. You've got the Caps playing on the back-to-back after handing it to Ottawa pretty good on home ice. This is going to be some steeper competition. Philly's a team that doesn't take a lot of penalties. Philly's a team with an elite shutdown line in Couturier, Giroux, and Konechny. And you can, another thing that tripped me up about this slate, you just think, all right, Couturier, Giroux, Konechny, that line should just get stuck on Backstrom, Ovi, Wilson. If you look at the last time these teams played in Philadelphia, it actually wasn't the case. It wasn't really a hard match. Now, I don't know why you wouldn't do that here if you've got Couturier. Why would you not match him up with Backstrom, Ovi, and just say anytime those guys are on the ice, you guys are on the ice. Are they going to do that? I think they probably will. I think it's going to be a pretty hard match. So that's kind of how I'm treating this. And so I'm not crazy about Caps 1 here. And then I'm not crazy about Caps 2 because of their numbers. I know they worked it out last night. Like, you were able to do some damage if you had Caps 2. Their numbers were not good at all. They got outchanced by a bunch. They got out attempted. They just made the best of the chances when they got them. And that's against Winnipeg. This is a tougher spot, I think, going into Philadelphia. So I'm not crazy about Washington 2 either. If they go off, well, I'll probably end up losing, and I think I'm okay with that. It's probably Washington 1/Washington power play or nothing, similar to Winnipeg, or I guess similar to Toronto in that you're stacking up the power play, but you're relying on a team to take a bunch of penalties that doesn't normally take a bunch of penalties. Oh, they're terrible. Caps 2 numbers. I know we don't care about percentages, but like, they're getting destroyed. It's like 40% Corsi for percentage. I know that's not the stat that matters. It's the chances for and against and all that, but their chances against are really bad too. Okay. So I hate that the Caps have a 3.4 implied total because it makes me think I should be playing them. Here, the ownership looks high enough that I'm probably going to be under on a lot of stuff. I actually like the Flyers power play stack a little bit, but we're seeing some really hefty ownership on Philly 1 here. I figured they would be popular, but not one of the most popular lines of the night. I definitely prefer Toronto over Philadelphia if I can only have one. I'd be careful playing both of them in the same lineup if you're running 3-3s. Like if you're doing Konechny, Giroux, Couturier, and you're stacking the Tavares 5-on-5 line, you're pretty likely to get duped, I think, on such a short slate. If it fits like a glove, and it's not a 3-2-1 or something weird, I would maybe try to avoid playing that slate. Oh yeah, me and Vott's on the same page. I don't know how's that worked out when we've done that. I don't even remember. All these slates run together. So yeah, I think it's a good spot for Couturier. The backstrom line hasn't been too bad defensively, so it's not just like smash Couturier, Giroux, and Konechny into oblivion or anything like that. I think it's a good spot. The ownership looks a little bit high for my liking. I actually really do like the Hayes. I don't know how to pronounce Nicholas AK's name. We'll call him Nick AK and JVR. I really, really like that line. Just 5-on-5 spot against Kuznetsov, Vrana, and Oshie, a line that I want to pick on. And I think they're going to get matched up against them a lot. So Philly 2, I think I'm looks like I'm making a pretty big stand on them. I hope they do really well because I think I'll more than likely have a good night. You can mix in Voracek instead of Konechny or Giroux if you would like, or do a Voracek one-off 4,600. Not going to get a ton of attention on that third line. Yeah, you can one-off Eller. That third line for the Caps actually has been, like, if you just talk about numbers, let me see if I can pull these up. I think I have them from yesterday. Yeah, 103 minutes. So this doesn't count yesterday's games, but 75 Corsi for per 60, 33 scoring chances, only 8 high danger chances. So a lot of volume, not necessarily a lot of great volume, but expected goals 2.3, similar to high danger chances. Okay, not great, but they're generating a lot of shots. And for a third line, that's really all you can ask for. Unless you're talking about LA3, then we might be talking about something. That's one of the weirder teams, one of the weirder lines. But yeah, this one's tough. This one is really tough. Yeah, LA3. Vots knows. Provorov, Niskanen, Gostisbehere by themselves. Not really guys I love. Not really like no one there is someone you're really that excited to play. Provorov's on the top power play, so he's going to be the guy that people play. I think you can mix in Sanheim or Philip Myers if you're punting 25 and 2600 for those two. I guess it's just Provorov by default for me, but I don't think I'm going to have a ton of any of these guys in this game outside of Carlson, just because Carlson's Carlson. And I guess right now I'm a little under the field on him, but I'll get to my 15, 20, 25% of Carlson and move on, because I think even as a one-off, 6,400 is kind of crazy. Even if the Caps only score a couple goals here, he's probably going to assist on one of them. He's just been just an absolute points machine. And by the way, one thing, if you have Fantasy Cruncher, Ovi's listed on the second power play. So you might want to make that manual change if you're stacking power play ones. You might want to include Ovi on the top power play, and that won't come up unless you have, unless you make that manual change. So just something, Obe Kubel? Obe Kubel. All right. Well, there you have it. That's how you pronounce Nick AK's name right there. I'm being told in our Slack chat. Okay. I think we're good here. I think you guys know what to do. Now, this is the barn burner of the night. The premier game, this late night hammer. Dallas Stars, LA Kings, 2.9 implied total for the Stars, 2.3 minuscule total for the Kings. That may have gone up a touch because there's no Ben Bishop tonight. Stars are rolling out Khudobin as they should. Kings stink. Quick, probably going for the Kings, but like Anaheim, you got to check. You just have to check with them always, because it could be Campbell, it could be Quick, it could be someone that I've never even heard of. I don't really know. Not that it really changes. Don't really pay attention to goalie skill anyways, and the Kings goalies have just been bad all around. Yeah, Leafs Jets will have 3 times the goals that this game has. That's what I think too. I mean, feels like this game will have a lot of goals. Or I'm sorry, this game won't have a lot of goals. But if it does, low probability, you take advantage of those low probability outcomes. That's how Alex has made millions playing DFS. So we got to put our Osmo caps on and see what we can do, see what we can derive out of these games, especially the ugly ones. So I always try to look at the uglier ones and see if we can get a possible edge. So matchups here seems pretty straightforward to me. Kopitar, I follow Toffoli against Sagan, Ben, and Radulov. Kopitar line without Brown. They've been fine, actually. Pretty good offensively. Defensively, they're not great. I think they're a little over 10 high danger chances against. It's one number that was sticking out to me. But if you like Dallas 1, by all means, go play them. They're going to be a little bit more popular than what I expected. I don't think it's a great spot. I think I'd rather play Winnipeg 1 than Dallas 1, and the ownership is really close on the two. So if I'm just choosing between one, I don't think it would be the Jets 1 for me. I guess similar price too. So I don't see what's to love about Dallas here in what should probably be a pretty low event game against Kopitar. There's definitely better spots here. And then you can say, well, Dallas too, they're going to have, what's the word I'm looking for? They're going to have concentrated scoring, similar to what we said with Winnipeg, same total, all that stuff. But I don't know. If they're going to have higher ownership, give me the one that says lower ownership with a similar line in probably a better matchup. Hintz, Gurianov, Pavelski. I think they're going to get some time against this LA3 line. And Vots got the numbers for us pulled up. I don't have them in front of me, but now I do, thanks to Vots. He said full line in 250 minutes, 34 shots, 4 per 60. That's shots on goal. 28 scoring chances, 4 per 60. 13 high danger. Almost 3 expected goals, 4 per 60. So, there's no power play time here that's really substantial. I guess you get Kempe on the top unit. So a little extra bonus. Maybe if you wanted to go like Kempe with Kopitar or Toffoli and one of the other 2 wingers, maybe you could make that work. And get an extra power play guy, add in Doughty. You could make that a little bit more feasible, because I don't think you're going to need a 12K line. But a 12K line with this good of numbers, I'll give him a few shots. I actually think I might get to about 10% or so of Kempe, which looks to be well over the field. So I'm not going crazy. They're not my number 1 stack, but on a short slate, when they're going to be hopefully generating chances, they have more often than not. That's the time I want to give them, make a pretty heavy stand on them, and it's not difficult to do that tonight with what we're projecting for ownership. So LA3, I think, is probably my favorite third line tonight. These other lines, Carter, Prohorkin, I can't remember how this guy's cut off. His name's so long. Prohorkin. There you go. My highest owned stack, some sort of Leafs power play. Tavares, Nylander, Matthews, Marner are my highest owned skaters right now. So just eating all that chalk. Just give me all the chalk. On the Dallas side, it is probably, it's not Dallas 1 or nothing. It's Dallas top 6. No, I'm not going any deeper than that, I don't think, with any sort of regularity. But I'm pretty split on my exposure between Dallas 1 and Dallas 2. It's just not a great spot. I know LA stinks, but so does this implied total. And if you think you're being sneaky with Dallas 1, like if, let's say they were going to be 8% owned and Winnipeg 1 was going to be 20, then okay, yeah, I get going to Dallas 1. But if they're going to be close, I side with Winnipeg. And same thing with are they, I don't know. I want to be careful about what I say. I was going to say, are they that better of a play than LA1? They're a better play than LA1, but LA1's cheaper, I guess. Kopitar, I follow Toffoli. They actually have good numbers too. So, you can make the case for a lot of other lines, and the Kopitar line looks to be quite a bit lower owned. So there's me, not loving Dallas. Dallas scores max 3 goals. Well, 50% of the time they score 2.9. So I think you're on the right track here if we're just talking about law of averages. LA does stink. I think I've said that a couple of times. They're bad, but not an elite spot, I don't think, for Dallas 1. Would you play Khudobin? Yeah. Khudobin's actually my highest owned goalie, oddly enough. And it's, I'm probably talking out of both sides of my mouth right now. If I'm multi-entering, so I'll have some of this LA3 line. I'll have shares of LA1 and actually this LA2 line too. So I'll be pretty spread out between the 3 LA lines because I'm playing 94 lineups on DraftKings and 150 on FanDuel, plus whatever else I play over on Yahoo. And LA they take a lot of shots, but they're not good at finishing them. And the implied total says 2.3 goals. Well, that's going to push the projection up. Not only goals against, but win equity is pretty big here for Khudobin. So I don't know that he's the highest. He's not the highest upside goalie, I don't think. I think the highest upside goalie is probably it's probably Hellebuck, I want to say. It's probably Hellebuck. With the huge total against him, you expect the Leafs to, let's say the Jets get up 2 or 3-0. The Leafs, you could see a scenario in which the Leafs get 18 shots on goal in the third period and Hellebuck has 40 saves, but gives up 2 goals type of thing. Whereas I don't think you can see that performance for Khudobin here. He's more likely to get you that 15 to 20 points. I'm playing 100% Khudobin in my one lineup. Not a bad play. Not a bad play at all. He's also pretty popular. Peg gonna win 5-2. All right, I like the hot takes. Should play on Yahoo and play Quick and Khudobin. There you go. Now we are. That's the Mega Mind play right there. That's pretty good. I'm guessing they're both cheap over there. I haven't taken a look at the pricing just yet. Flyers at home is a thing. I think the Flyers have a really good chance of winning this game. Back to back. You would think Couturier, Giroux, and Konechny, if they match this up right, you would think that they would do a pretty decent job, more likely than not, against Backstrom, Ovi, and Wilson. And then after that, it's anyone's game. We talk about how bad this line has been. Who's to say that this can't be Hayes, Van Riemsdyk, and what's this guy's pronunciation? Olbe Kulbe. Who's to say it can't be Nicholas, a.k.a. Hattie Knight? Who knows? I'm hoping that's the case. Let's talk about defensemen quick. I've been playing a bunch of Sean Walker. His price dropped after he played 25 minutes and scored a bunch of points last game. So I'm just playing him 3,100. And then Doughty is 4,800. Dallas is taking a lot of penalties. Not really a power play stack I want to get to that often when we're talking about the Kings. But there you go. Doughty's 4,800 and on the top power play and going to play a lot of minutes. But I'll probably end up with some more Sean Walker if I had to guess. On the other side, it's Heiskanen, and really that's about it. Oleksiak on the top pairing, I guess, is somewhat interesting for 25. Or Roman Polak at 3K. But, boy. Actually, is he playing? Now that I think of this. Because I thought Steven Johns was up. Maybe I missed this. Toronto 3? Yeah, Toronto 3. Toronto 3 is fine. Don't mind that call. Anytime I think about stacking LA Kings, I just buy beer at that money instead, and I win every time. Boy, you would be up. You would be up so much if you did that over the last couple of years. I remember there was a slate last year, maybe around this time. It was like a Saturday slate, and the Kings were hosting Ottawa, and they were like 20% chalk on like a Saturday 8 or 9 gamer or whatever, and they had like a 2.9 total at home against Ottawa, and this was when Ottawa was terrible. And I was just thinking this whole day, am I really going to blow this money on the Kings? And I ended up limiting them to like 5%. So I guess I came out on top on that slate, but boy, have I lost a lot of money on the Kings. It's the worst. It's not even like I'm losing. At least this year, I'm losing money on good lines when I am going through these bad stretches. Last year, I was losing money on bad teams and bad lines. So hopefully I've fixed that leak in my game at some point. Slate like this, would you take players against your goalie in a lineup? I am not. Usually for 2 gamers, I will at least consider it. Oftentimes I'll do 1. In some cases, like if Ottawa's been on the slate, like if it's, I don't even know, if it's like a Tampa versus Ottawa game where Tampa's going to pepper the goalie and it's really lopsided or whatever, I might allow 2 players against that goalie. As soon as I get my settlement, I'm joining Premium for all the NHL Boom secrets. Yeah, promo code Hit the Ice. 50% off your first week of any Osmo Plus weekly package. If you want to lock in for a year, not only get NHL, but everything else on the site, excluding Fantasy Cruncher. But you could also add the Fantasy Cruncher add-on if you choose with this package. Promo code 2020. Promo code New Year is how you get $200 off the yearly pass. And then promo code 2020 is how you try out Platinum for 20 days at a price of just $20. 2020. Great job by the marketing team on that promo. Makes it easier for me to remember. I don't even have to have it up. If you guys get anything else for me, feel free to drop it in chat. Feel free to drop a like in chat too. That does really help us out for a number of different reasons that I don't really understand, but it does really help us out. So if you could drop us a like, I appreciate all of you coming to watch me for a 3-gamer. This is a pretty big showing, so cool stuff. And I think I can't decide if I like this slate. Ownership really messed me up when I first saw it, so maybe I'll start liking it more and more as I continue to crunch some lineups up. Play over on Yahoo Daily Fantasy Sports tonight. Do us a favor. They are, really supporting us. And when you sign up, Awesemo is the promo code to get up to $30 in Yahoo Sports rewards points. See you guys in Slack. Yeah, for anyone dipping out right now, drop us a like, and then I'll see you guys in Slack. This is a later lock too, 7:30 Eastern lock. So, get your dinner, do whatever you need to do before. Make sure you're around at 7 Eastern, and if for some reason, for whatever reason, someone's a late scratch or there's some lines that are messed up on any of the first 2 teams, that's going to be a huge potential edge. So you're definitely going to want to be around. You want to be around every night, but with more concentrated ownership, if someone is randomly scratched, if there's a big line change, you want to take advantage of that tonight. Get the kids to bed early. There you go. Always get the kids to bed early so you can, put in your 300 lineups with your significant other. No, I'm joking about that. NBA rankings. It was supposed to be Fast Eddie Fears rankings. So if you saw the newsletter, that was the case. But Fast Eddie is not going to be on the show tonight. That's not the link. This is the link. He's not going to be on the NBA show, so he's not going to be doing his rankings. It will be Osmo's rankings instead. So you'll have to sell for the number 1 player in the world's NBA rankings. So sad. For the price of free $99. Yeah. That I think that joke's already old though, Mike. So I feel kind of hacky for even saying that. Osmo NBA. The Twitter account is where you find out more about the giveaway we got going on. Same thing as always. Guess the player that scores the most fantasy points on tonight's NBA slate. I don't even know who's playing, but retweet, like, reply, follow the accounts, follow the directions. You got a chance to win a free NBA Osmo Plus pass. I might be biased, but I think we do have some pretty good guys doing the NBA stuff for our site, along with Alex, Josh, Laffy, Fast Eddie, EMAC. Did I mention Adam? Bunch of good guys that I'm even forgetting. So Ryan, Rinpack, guy's a stud. But yeah, check it out. Check out all of our stuff. If you've got any questions about packages or anything on the slate, if I forgot to mention something, feel free to hit me up. My Twitter DMs are open. My account, my username is above me. I don't really tweet out a lot, but usually around to answer some DMs or whatever. Promo code Hit the Ice. 50% off your first week of Osmo Plus weekly packages. And then go support Yahoo once again. Fun show. Should be a good slate. I will see you guys back tomorrow with Nolan. I think we got an 11-game slate. Good luck tonight.